All right, everyone, welcome back to the last run of the second half of day one of Sonic and the Sega All-Stars. This is going to get longer and longer as I keep including the second half of day one. I am joined by the wonderful Abby's Corner and her commentator, PippyInATopHat, as we're going to showcase the game Illbleed, which, when we were accepting submissions, the way Hypnotic sold me on this run was the usage of the word rancid in a positive way was what made me look at him silly and be like, you know what, I'm going to take your word for it, and we're going to take Illbleed. I looked at a little bit of the submission, I was like, all right, this looks actually great. I'm going to watch no more because I want to host this completely without having any knowledge of the game. So I'm going to throw it over to Abby's Corner and PippyInATopHat. Go ahead and take it away.
Hi, everybody. This is a Sega game. Kind of. Not really, but kind of. I mean, we do see Sega Corporation right there. And it was one of the last games on the Dreamcast. For some reason, it wasn't released in Europe. It was before Sonic Adventure 2, so that makes it weirder. But yeah, if there's any Sonic the Hedgehog fans in here, I hope you know I'm going to ruin you. You are going to see the true form of your beloved Hedgehog. But without any further ado, in 3, 2, 1, let us begin the run, or as Pippy would say, press start butter.
Press start butter.
That is an ancient thing from 3 years ago because Pippy was around when I was learning this game, and we meme about this game quite a bit. So this game is also brutally difficult. It's probably one of the hardest games I run. There's a lot of memorization, a lot of RNG. Each level, except for Worm Queen's Revenge, has 3 different patterns. And all the traps are completely randomized. So there's either an A, B, or C. We don't know what we're in until I hit a certain trap, and also we need the horror monitor, which is always in a set place, as well as any healing items. And there's quite a few, but that's the only thing that isn't randomized, is all the items that you can pick up to heal you and whatnot in each level. Again, there's a ton of memorization, because even if you, say, get pattern A in one level, it does not mean that you will get a set pattern in the next level. So right now, we are on A. How do I know we're on A? Because the sight went off. If the sight didn't go off, it would be either B or C. A is the worst pattern of this level, because we don't get to do certain skips. I'm sorry that we don't get to see those certain skips. So here we go, running, good, we missed the giant hand. We're going to let the blood shower hit us, because it's faster to let the blood shower hit us, because of course. And also, there are 3 specific items that I have to pick up. If I don't pick up those items, I have to go back for them. And yes, every trap that I'm skipping is still active, so I hope you know the level backwards. Because if you don't, you're done. Also, fun fact, Eriko here is voiced by the voice actress who did Rouge the Bat in Sonic Adventure 2. She also plays 2 other characters in the game, as well as was the voice director for this game. Also, Sonic Adventure Sonic is also a character in the game, and whoever played Vector in Sonic Heroes is also a character, and that's all you get for Sonic voice actors. I don't know why I was going to tag that. Don't do that. We're fine. So yeah, very fun facts about the game. But yes, it was not released in Europe. It was released in North America and Japan, Russia, and Taiwan. It is one of the few localized Chinese Dreamcast games, and it was supposed to come out on the Sega, or on the Xbox 360, because if you know about the Dreamcast collection, you may notice that there was one Sega Saturn game in that collection, and that's because it replaced Illbleed, because unfortunately the director passed away as they were working on it, and so they decided that they weren't going to release Illbleed a part of that collection. So that's why there's a random Sega Saturn game in that collection. That collection is no longer available on Steam and or Xbox. Sorry. So obviously we are tagging, and what that does is if we successfully tag, it refills our adrenaline, which is the little blue brain. Of course, we have heart rate, and then we have our health, and then we have our bleed meter. But I'm not bleeding, so we don't have to worry about the bleed meter. The bleed meter is the thing that's going to kill you most likely in the run. Also, Sixth Sense is either an enemy encounter or a pick-upable item. Sight, hearing, and smell are all traps. So the reason we don't get to do chair skip here is because if we were to do chair skip, there is a trap immediately in the hallway that would hit us back into the room and back into this fight, and we would be dying very, very badly. Also, you may notice that there is a ladder for a helicopter appearing through the ceiling. Don't worry about it. It's just things. A reminder, we are in a theme park. These are all animatronics and the like. So that's
None
also
of
a
it's
thing.
real, except for the dying. The dying is real.
Yes, the dying is real because if you can successfully get through Illbleed, you win $100 million.
That's a lot of money.
It is, but again, they're gonna try to kill you, so it's like, do I want to risk the death for the lot of money, or do I want to live to see another day? Now, fun fact, Eriko is here because her friends all went to Illbleed, and she was just like, nah, I don't want to go. But her friends have been missing for 3 days, so she's off to find her friends. Also, we just passed the last trap of the level. Now we're going to go meet the boss of the level, Mr. Gale Banbelow. However, the person who I watched this run off of, I thought they were saying Bambelow, but they're not. So I called him Bambi for about a year and a half, and I was like, oh, wait, it's Banbelow. Oops. But I still call him Bambi, because who cares? Names, what are they? What a miserable pile of secrets. I know that's a Castlevania reference, but don't worry, I speedrun Castlevania Symphony of the Night on the Sega Saturn. So
Happy
that's a thing.
speedruns a lot of games.
And then we're going to double dodge back here so that way we can't get set on fire, and that way we can do this. And we have escaped Bambelow, who of course has infinite health. Now we are going into his maze. Now this game really likes you turning left. So anytime we can turn left in the maze, we're going to. Also, we're about to play an extreme game of chicken because Bambelow's coming out of this hallway. Oh my god, that's never happened before.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine
Today I learned
something
that he
never.
can spit acid?
Yes, because he's technically dead. He's a zombie.
Oh,
Who
you
can use
spit
a
acid
flamethrower.
when you die?
Apparently. So yeah, that usually doesn't happen, hence why I was like, we're gonna play an extreme game of chicken, and I paid for it. So now I have a red meter. That is your bleed meter, and if you see the blue chip there, what happens is that when the blue chip, or the red meter passes the blue chip, what happens is that, sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm going the right way. I think I got lost for a second. Woohoo! Because that can happen when that happens. It's always a fun time. But when the red meter hits past the blue chip, what happens is that the game goes, oh, you're now more susceptible to trap. Also, I'm currently map pausing because it pauses Bambelow's position every time. And he was going at a diagonal sort of line, and that's bad. You don't want to see him do that because his hitbox is really weird. Because if you're towards the flamethrower nozzle, he's going to be more likely to hit you. And I'm going to wait a second. There we go. Now I shouldn't be able to get hit by him. But if you go towards his gas canister, you're most likely not going to get hit. Again, it's really weird. Everything has a weird hitbox in this game. It's just something you have to deal with. So here we go. Again, taking as many lefts as we possibly can. And then when we get through the maze, we can finally get into the boss fight. So there we go. That was a little close. And then we wait. And there we go. We have made it through the maze, and we're not going to die while in the maze. Hooray. So now we get into a fight. Now, bosses do not require a counter hit to die. Regular enemies do, however. And we want to make sure that we're next to his gas canister because that's his blind spot. However, if we hit him with a counter hit, and you will know you've hit somebody with a counter hit because they do a special animation when hit, like that, you saw him go back, you have to readjust your own position because you're no longer in the blind spot. So here we go. Excellent, and he's dead. And we've saved Kevin. In order to not save Kevin, you have to wait 15 minutes. It is why true ending is the worst, because you have to sit there and wait for 15 minutes because we're too fast. So here we go. There's Giant Bambalo. Giant Bambalo can kill you in 3 hits if you weren't already bleeding, so it is a little bit dangerous, because here's the thing about the game. If you're in a combat scenario, which the game is considering this combat, you cannot heal. So you must wait until you are out of combat to be able to do that. Also, sometimes the game just doesn't like you running, so that way your jumps are a little bad. It'd be great if we could switch to Kevin at this part. The reason why is because for some reason male characters have better jumping arcs. Than female characters, but female characters have better melee attacks. Game, please, thank you. Let me run, if you would be ever so kind. There we go. And we're almost through. And we're good. And again, a reminder that that was a giant animatronic, because here we see the guy controlling the animatronic. Now we need to hit him 3 to 4 times. Congratulations, you have now dealt with that. Don't worry about him losing his head, it's perfectly fine. So now we can leave the level. And so now we're going to head for the exit. This is how the game gets you. There's always sort of a long distance to every exit, so it's like, oh, you think you're fine now that there's no more combat. Well, guess what? You can bleed out. Don't worry, I have the Amazon, which is a full heal, so we won't have to worry about that. However, I am still kind of playing a game of chicken because I am kind of letting it go because I think I can make it to the end. Worry not, we've still got decent heart rate and everything else, so we'll be good.
Also, shout out to
There we are.
this beautiful platforming. This is a platformer. This definitely looks like a platformer, right?
This platforming section, like, even when you were being chased by the active animatronic, I was just like, what were they thinking? What is happening?
Welcome to Crazy Games, where their first game, Blue Stinger, which was a launch title for the Japanese Dreamcast, which also has a different camera system than the US version. The US version of Blue Stinger has a similar camera system to Illbleed, but in the Japanese version, it's a fixed camera.
Oh, Lord.
Also, they would go on to make one other game that's a sort of rail shooter for the arcades. It's pretty interesting. I have not played the arcade game they made. So here we are, we get our prize money, and we only lost $5,000. Hooray. And now we're going to switch characters, but as a precaution, because Kevin has a very fun thing that happens, which is if he gets into a fight encounter, he'll squirm for 15 to 30 seconds. So I'm just going to be cautious and get me some gauze just in case. Can't be too cautious, because obviously we had things that have never happened before. So anything can happen here on Hotfix. All right.
It's so true.
So here we go. Welcome to Worm Queen's Revenge. The Worm Queen's name is Rachel. She's not very happy. And here we are. We're Kevin now, voiced by, I totally forget his name, but Sonic Adventure Sonic.
Ryan Drummond.
I appreciate that
Yes.
you know that off the top of your head.
Well, yeah, I also know the voice actor for the previous character, who is also the voice director of this game and Sonic Adventure 2, and I think she directed Sonic Heroes. Lonnie Minella. She also voices Nancy Drew in the Nancy Drew series.
That's what I was gonna say. Was that like I completely forgot that she was also the voice of this character, because I've heard people talk about it a lot lately, because I have friends who run the Nancy Drew games, and they're like, hey, did you know that Nancy Drew is the voice of Rouge? And like, worlds are colliding.
I remember someone who was playing like the Nancy Drew series, I think playing them through maybe for the first time, and I log into chat and I sit there and I watch the stream for a few minutes. I was like, is that freaking Lonnie Minella? Why is that Rouge the Bat?
I love those.
It was the first time I'd ever seen a Nancy Drew game.
Like every Discord server I'm in has a million of those voice lines as options. We love it.
Oh yeah.
So in this level, there's no traps because our horror monitor got stolen, and so there's only fight encounters. And there are 2 evil monkey fights, and you can't really tell where they are, and so it's like, oh, but you will see like Sixth Sense go off and things like that, but it's like, it's mostly worm encounters. And so right now I've been following the sides with signs because that's what the game will want us to do if we don't want to fight any worms. However, this is the last time we do that, because now if we go towards the sides with signs, we're going to get into evil monkey fight number 2. It's not a good time. So we're just gonna go this way. Also, this is the hardest part of the level, believe it or not. This is also the shortest level. It is not the easiest level in the game, but it's the shortest one because we are literally just running from one end to the other. So now we're going to stick on this side, and again, you're gonna see Sixth Sense blip for a second, and then it's like, huzzah. Or sometimes it just won't, because the game likes to play pranks on you and be like, ha ha ha, there might not be anything here. And then we have the final worm who might jibate us, we don't know, because sometimes it does a different path. Typically, it does the path we just got. So we're just like, haha, there we go, we win. And now that we're through the hardest part of the level, it's time to use a baby bottle to open a door. I'm not joking. Also, we'll get to experience Kevin's jumps.
For this?
Because you see ghosts. That's what I'm chalking it up to. Because you see, Rachel, the Worm Queen, her grandfather has passed away. Her grandfather is also a human. Don't ask questions. It's just a thing.
You know, I never understood Punnett squares.
There's a picture of her grandfather with her.
Oh, what a good little worm.
Indeed. So now we get the key to the back area, and there's a zombies with guns fight that will kill you. So you need to be very careful and stick to the right side, otherwise you'll get into that fight. There's also another one, but it's very far off from where we need to be, but something to be aware of. Again, the hitboxes to get into these fights are very small, so it is very, very important that you basically hug the wall. Also dead bodies, but we don't need to worry about the dead bodies because they're just cutscenes. Now, if you wanted to save the character of this level, Michelle, what you would do is instead of going straight to the car right away, you would go down the path the car is facing. Also, be very careful when picking up this wrench because there is a permanent health upgrade right next to it, and permanent health upgrades stick in your inventory at all times, and that can mess up your inventory, and they only go away if you use them. We don't use permanent health upgrades in any of the runs because in a new game plus run, aka true ending, we already have a character that's fully leveled up, so that is a thing. So here we go. We're going to knock down these signs because we need to create a path, because that dirt path is where Rachel is. And every time you get into Rachel's little fight, she has infinite health, and also you have to escape. And every time you escape, it sends you back to the very beginning of the car section every time. So have fun with that. Yeah. So here we go. It's now time to do some parkour as we make our way over to the gas cans. So we're going to jump. And again, we now have the platform, so we don't have to worry so much. again, Kevin's jumps are great. It saves... How much time does it save? I believe 15 seconds in total. But that 15 seconds goes a long way because also Kevin has better jumping arcs than Eriko does. Of course, in true ending, you can only play as Eriko because you have to let all of your friends die. Because in the good ending, she goes, I have to go back to Illbleed. So she goes back to Illbleed. But again, you're just playing the game again, so it's assuming that your friends aren't there, so you're just letting them die, even though they're... It's complicated. It's Illbleed. So here we go. That's a counter hit.
This is a normal
go
Sonic
ahead.
game, right? Did Sonic...
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Pippi.
I was just gonna say, normal Sonic... Sonic and Friends is where you let all the friends die, right? That's normal?
Maybe?
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, someone asked, like, I just got here, what the heck is this game? Apparently, it's a survival horror game.
And a Sonic
developed
game.
by... Yeah, and a Sonic game. It was developed by Crazy Games, which was previously known as Climax Graphics, until a month before this game released.
Oh my gosh.
It follows Eriko Christie, who we've already mentioned and we played in stage 1, a high school student who explores a horror-themed amusement park to find her missing friends.
Who might be dead.
Kevin is one of those friends who might be dead. Yeah,
Kevin's not dead.
Unsure.
We were fast. We were speed runners. We didn't speed run our way over there and then sit there for another 14 and a half minutes.
Yeah, we were fine. Kevin's alive, and we will see him again for level 5 and 6. We go back to Eriko for level 3 and 4. Basically, we play as Eriko for half the game and Kevin for half the game because Kevin has better dodges and also Eriko has better melee attacks. And since the next two levels, their bosses are melee attacks, that is why we do. Now, I must warn you, the boss of this next level is a giant tree with a mustache. If you are frightened of trees with mustaches, you have been warned. Also, we're in a theme park. Everything here is animatronic. Nothing was harmed in the making of this video game. They're just robots.
I know a tea tree who has a mustache.
It's true. If you're frightened of trees with mustaches, that's like a really specific horror button, and I'll be real, I'm like a little bit jealous because like my personal horror buttons are all like superimposed heartbeats and aliens and, things that are in every video game. Giant trees with mustaches? You only got unlucky today, this one day. It'll probably be a good long time before you see another giant tree with a mustache.
Deku tree.
Deku tree, true. It's okay, there's other Zelda games. I'm definitely not.
There are other Zelda games.
I'm not biased at all. Have you considered Skyward Sword?
We gotta peddle the wares.
Exactly.
It's very true.
See, someday Pippi will run this game. I promise. Someday. I don't know when, but it will happen. And then it'll be like, yes, excellent. Pippi has already played music from this game on her streams.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we're kind of almost there.
My April Fool's joke this year included my starting soon music being replaced with music from this game just for Abby. Just because we thought it was funny.
I was also streaming at that point, and she's like, Abby, come to my stream. And I was like, okay. And I just laughed for a good half hour. Nobody had any context.
The music from this game is
No,
great.
Wispy Woods. Wispy Woods does not have a mustache, for the person asking in chat. But he could. We just gotta ask the devs, can we put a mustache on Wispy Woods?
Oh, that's how community projects work. First off, you ask devs.
And there's Randy, who is the last friend we need to find. However, there is another. His name is Yorick. He's not one of our friends. He doesn't appear in the good ending. And may I spoil the true ending for you? Would you like to know who owns this park and who made this park?
Me. No, it was not me. What's up?
It's Eriko's father. Eriko's father made this park to scare his daughter because you see, at the opening cutscene of this game, Eriko mentions how she's fearless because her family ran what was called the Hoarder Caravan. And so she was a pretty fearless kid by the time she was 5 because her father kept testing all the traps on her. And so that is why if she gets into a fight encounter that wasn't tagged, she immediately stands up. And so her father is the true final boss, but in order to fight him, you have to beat the game, get the good ending, then play the game on New Game Plus, and then he's there. But in order to do New Game Plus, what you need... Oh, I went a little too close. But in order to do New Game Plus, you need all of your friends to die in order to get it. And so that's why it takes so long, because Kevin takes forever to die. Everybody else, you just need to not find them in their levels. So it works.
I really appreciate that you're running through this amusement park, and assumedly, even if it's not, mechanically that you need to do this with any sort of speed for most of the levels, you would think that she would have a certain sense of urgency, that your friends are in danger, please go save them. And no, you're just sitting here going, oh, that was scary, let me whip out my relaxation CD. All right, I'm just gonna take a few minutes. Okay, we're good. I brought down the heart rate.
This is a different puzzle in the English version. If you play the English version, you have to spell out wood, which is 9663. In this one, in the Japanese version, it's a play on murder, so that is why it's 1564. Don't worry about that. I'm getting hit by traps. It's fine.
Oh, this doll section was the section I had seen when I was skimming through the submission video, and I was like, why are we playing as an artist mannequin?
It's because
and Hibby was like, look, I can't begin to explain Illbleed to you. And I was like, all right. I kind of want to see this now.
Again, sometimes it's just faster to get hit by traps. Don't ask me why, it just is. And so sometimes we just have to risk it like a biscuit. That's all there is to it.
I really appreciate that you are a wooden puppet right now, but you can bleed. Don't worry about logic and reason.
By the way, we're on A for anyone that is wondering what pattern we're on. So yeah, we're on A. There will always be 3 patterns. This isn't the best pattern of the level. B is the best pattern of the level. A is actually the worst pattern of the level because you see, we're about to enter the woodsman hunt. And that means we have to go through the woodsman gauntlet eventually. And A has to do all 3 fights, whereas C has to do 2 fights as well as B. But C has a wood puppet fight that you have to deal with. So that's why C is not the best pattern of the level. So, huzzah.
So we are 0 for 2 in getting good RNG.
Correct.
We're 2 for 2 in getting the worst RNG. Only on GDQ channel do you get only bad RNG.
Indeed. So now we really have to take advantage of map pausing because we are very slow and the woodsmen are very, very fast. So you're going to see me do that. Also, if you want to open up the map fast, you have to hold down the horror monitor button in order to have that happen. So there we go. No. Again, we have to kind of also play a game of chicken. So that is also a thing we're doing. So every time I see the woodsman is when I'm pausing because also we need to have one close to us, because if we don't have one close to us, then the next one will spawn in. So basically, we really need to play that game of chicken in order to make sure that none of the extras spawn in. Isn't it fun? Like I said, this game is brutally difficult. It's a lot of memorization and whatnot. A lot of other runners have notes. I can't do notes. So this is all in my brain.
Everybody's got their own ways of making the run work for you. Abby's way is notes. What notes? I got this. Hold my beverage of choice.
Yeah. It also helps having 500 hours in the video game. Please use notes. They're helpful. And then we're just walking. We just got some woodalls. For whatever reason, the woodalls don't eat us, but they're going to eat this tree. So that works.
Well, as we know, we're not entirely wood because I don't think wood bleeds. So. But
I mean, we
man,
are going to turn back into a human.
That was a hungry bug.
Yeah. Also, we can fall off this platform, so you also want to be careful, which is why we see woodsmen down below. So we're just, walking across a platform. Erica will occasionally tip her head because she can see them. That's what she's looking at. Because they're spawning in all the time. Also, those photo booths you've been seeing is how you would save the game.
See, that's kind of cute. That's flavorful. I really like that.
Yeah, chat is backing me up here. Wood does technically bleed. We would call it sap, though.
True. Which means your precious maple syrup is the blood of trees. Remember that, chat. The next time you have pancakes or waffles, you are putting tree blood on your food.
Oh, no.
Oh, this might be an extra fight, because he went around that corner way too fast. All right, who's ready for T-pose domination? So again...
Hold on, what?
I was quietly waiting. It's like, ooh, we've got a new initiate in the ways of Illbleed. Wait till Amber sees spinning puppet action.
Oh my god. T-posing to assert dominance, that's great. I mean, I did see a body act like a Beyblade and during the Lost Judgment run. This is no different.
Yep. This is Illbleed. I am hoping that Sega will one day re-release this game because, again, we saw the Sega Corporation logo because Sega did publish it in Japan, and since the American publisher is out of business, Crazy Games is out of business, I would assume that Sega owns something or has the rights to it. So Sega, if you're listening, please re-release this game. Don't make any quality of life changes. Keep it the same. But re-release it.
I love the jank. I need the jank. Just make it easier to obtain the jank.
Exactly. And then here we go. We're almost to the end. Again, constantly pausing because, again, we're just shuffling. And now we get into the gauntlet. So here we go. Fight number 1. Don't ask me why they sound like elephants. They just do.
T-pose domination, let's go. Our one of our runners from the pinball run earlier typed in the Discord just now, like, I literally cannot breathe. I am laughing so hard at T-pose domination because I am fairly certain that Ryan has never seen this game as well.
listen here, okay? I've been trying forever to get this into Sonic blocks and what have you, because Sonic video game, and also I am here to warp the minds of Sonic fans. Don't worry, that's coming soon. Trust me. You will all know the true form of one Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know what his middle name is, but either way, Sonic fans, stay tuned. I'm ruining your fandom live on Games Done Quick.
I'm a big fan
Just
of when
you wait.
What?
Sorry, what was that?
You're a big fan of what, Pippi?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm a big fan of when you beat one of the fights and it just zooms in on the wood puppet face that has no emotion because it's a puppet. And
It's just staring into your soul.
just completion. Like, excellent.
Also, depending on what media you're consuming for Sonic, his middle name is either the, or his middle name is Maurice.
Right.
That works.
They want to say his name like Ogilvy or something?
Listen, all I remember is that he has an Uncle Chuck, okay? Also, we have now turned back into a human because we made it to the Wood Puppet Iron Maiden. Please use the relaxing CD. Thank you. Also, that giant tree with a mustache is coming up here.
I'm being told that Illbleed now has to make an appearance in the Sonic Pinball Machine as one of the guest games because, you know, it's a Sonic game.
So here he is, giant tree with a mustache. You have to make sure that you're countering him. If you trade, he does not die. Every time he swipes, you can hit him 3 times. Every time he pukes, it's 2. Also, he is bleeding green.
I don't know what kind of sap that is, but I don't want it on my pancakes.
Me neither, honestly. I do appreciate also that dodging in this game just means it goes through you.
Yep.
You don't get out of the way. You just brace yourself for impact, and that counts as dodging.
Also, by the way, he wasn't always a tree. He was the owner of the lumberyard and for some reason turned into a tree. So that's why he has a mustache. So we have cleared. And now
Man
we're
lost
going to go...
$2,500 in the name of speed.
Indeed. And we're going into the hardest level of the game. Hooray! Many a run has died here. On world record pace and not world record pace.
See, I just want us to hang
I
out
am
in
being-
the hub area more for longer at a time. The music's so good if you let it play.
Oh yes, this song will get stuck in your head forever. This is the specific song Pippi played on her April Fool's stream.
It's so good. Credits music also very good.
Indeed. So here we are. The gimmick of this level is that you need 200,000 in order to complete it. So that's why it pays us 150 up front. However, every trap in the level will take money from you. So that's why it pays us up front. Because it's the killer department store, you see. Also, caution bombs are in every level. I don't know where most of them are, and also this is the only one we use. If you're wondering why I stopped there, it's because that shopping cart, or trolley, as they say in the UK, shout outs to Hypnotics, that means we're on B if it hits us. If it's the yellow candy, that means we're on A, and if it's the blue candy, we're on C. So now we're just going to tag. There we are. Now, what is a caution bomb? A caution bomb is a free multi-tag. And so that's what we're going to do. Actually, I want to rearrange my position there ever so slightly. Please exit. Thank you. Because I want to make sure that I'm tagging as much as possible. So, free multi-tag. We're going to see a lot of cool.
Cool.
There we are.
Cool.
All the cool. All the time.
Cool.
Cool.
Excellent. The cool is taking over. There we are. And then it's going to be the coffee can on the other side. Also, you may be wondering, why did I pick up Severed Head? It's for a fashion show. I'm not joking about that. It's for a fashion show.
It certainly is a statement piece.
Indeed. So here we go. We're on our way to the fashion show. Again, getting more cool. For you see, Hellcake is on the killer cooking show. And so we're going to give him the severed head so that he'll let us go through. You can use Hellcake as a healing item, but that means he's in our inventory. And all he does is heal our HP. So it's kind of like, maybe not. So here we go. We are now going to pick up 3 pieces of meat because we're going to see if we can get a 7% chance thing to happen. So here we go. 3 pieces. And then because we're on C, it's going to be the entire left row, but sometimes it's just easier to multi-tag things that you don't need because it's just faster than fighting with it. So there we go. If it was B, it'd be the entire back row, and if it was A, it would be the entire left row. So here we go. Tag the cow skull. And then we have our friends, the giant roaches. It is a 7% chance to make them both go away after 1 meat. Oh. Oh, no. Veg.
Darn. He angry.
It's fine. And now you're wondering, why do you have a 3rd piece of meat? Because we have to fight that piece of meat to the death, because in order to continue and get on the grill, we have to fight the chicken. So we're fighting the chicken. Also, the chef gets mad at us and he's like, well, I can't do business anymore. Well, sorry? I don't know what to tell you. Also, we're going to full heal because we are about to enter the worst fight in the entire game. So we need full HP, no bleed meter, and 50 heart rate. Also,
You got me at we have to fight a piece of meat to the death. Like, I'm sitting here with my jaw open like, wait, did that really just come out of your mouth?
It did.
Like, we have to fight this piece of meat to the death and a chicken shows up. All right. Sorry, go on. I'm still listening, I promise. I was really stuck on that for a minute.
If we were on A, it would have been the first pile of goo. B is the second pile of goo, and C is the third pile of goo. But we have to tag the pineapple because we can't take the shortcut, because pile of goo. And unfortunately, we can't get close enough to where we can tag both of them at the same time. Rather unfortunate. So here we are. We've done the thing, and now it's time for the worst fight in the game. Why is it the worst fight in the game, you ask? Well, because it's a regular enemy fight. But it's not just 1. It's not just 2. Oh no. It's 3. They're worms. You need to hit them with a counter hit to kill them, and they like to back each other up. It's time for fun. Ow. See what I mean? Oh. Aww. Ow. Also, Eriko's dodges are terrible, so you won't see me use the dodge a lot because it's just like, oh, that's not gonna work. Because even if you try to dodge their attack, they'll still hit you, and it's like, oh. All right, one down. Now, the fight does become easier the more you take out, but also you want to make sure that they're all dying together because you have to wait for the orbs to hit you. #orb. So we're just gonna try to hit them. Oh, nice, that dodge worked. And death, yes. All right, this fight has been pretty kind to us. Also, I don't know if their dive attack counts as a attack from them, or because I've never hit them and killed them with it. It's actually very rare that you can hit them while they're diving, so I'm not 1,000% sure. There we are. Can you... Nope, I was too late for it to count as a counter hit. So we're waiting. Nope, he's not going to. Okay, nope. Gotta love it when they do that. Okay, you're back over here. Yep. And also sometimes you might just be out of range. There we go. So once all 3 orbs hit you, we can move on. Also, again, you cannot heal while you are fighting. So it's like, oh no. So we're going to heal now. Very good. And now we get to go into Toy World, which is why we need the 200,000, because you cannot get in. Now, if you didn't have enough, there is a safe with 100,000. There might even be another one. I rarely ever go there, so I don't even remember where they are. So here we are. Welcome to Toy World, where the toys will try to hit you. Now we don't care about how much money we have, because we had enough, so we can go. Again, B would be both in the middle. A and C just rotate where the robot and the ray gun are. So that's kind of the gimmick there. Also, we're going to see the Mega Dream, which honestly, I'm surprised they never called the Dreamcast. Also, Top Hats. Pippy, it's your people.
My people, can folks, I stay here?
If you don't know, Pippy is not a human. Pippy is a sentient top hat that somebody left on a keyboard.
This is true. The rest is an automaton.
I was gonna say, it's the Top Hat puppeteering.
Yeah. It's piloting, I think is the preferred phrase. The hat pilots the automaton. You know, because regular society is not super designed for sentient hats.
It's true. And it's a shame, really. So yes, we have the Mega Dream. It's weird that they never called the Dreamcast the Mega Dream in Europe. Keep that Mega alive. Though, to be fair, they didn't call the Saturn the Mega Saturn or anything like that. They kind of got rid of the Mega name after the Mega Drive. But hey, and here's Quark. More on Quark to come. But for now, he's just a giant standee that'll fall on you. And now we go into Mary's Maze, where we're constantly going to take damage. It's not fun. Mary is another one of the things we need to map pause because she's very fast, and also she hits like a truck, so we need to be cautious. We're here to get 4 pieces of a key, or 4 keys, depending how you want to look at it. We're going to start with the blue area, because the blue key is right here, and we have a chance to despawn Mary, because she will be coming around the corner here. But if you pause right here, sometimes she'll despawn. It's kind of hit or miss whether it'll happen. She didn't despawn. We barely caught a glimpse. But also, she doesn't come around corners. But also, I'm going to map pause to turn the camera, because Mary is scary. Who would have thought that Mary was scary? Uh-oh. I'm gonna go this way, because again, she won't come around the corner. Yes, she has a knife. She's very scared. Yep, she'll just sit there and wait. And then we're going to map pause so that we can go, and then we're off to the green zone. Is it Green Hill
Zone? What you got there, Mary?
No.
Like, what you got there, Mary? A knife! No!
Bad. And now we're in the pink zone to go grab the pink. Generally, we will not see Mary once we grab the pink. She tends to disappear and do her own thing. But we're not done with Mary, because once we get out of her okay, I lied.
Oh!
I lied. She's right there and ready to do combat. So this is another one of those, you have to fight them to the death. So that is a thing. If I could hit her. She's very fast, you see. So again, she hits like a truck. But she's very fast. You don't want to chase her because, again, you're going fast, she's going fast. It's kind of like we'll never hit. There we go. We have defeated her. Congratulations. We're not done with her yet, though. She'll be back. Because we have to play hide and seek with her once we get through. Sorry, I wanted to see where I was on the map. Because again, once you're out of combat, the game doesn't tell you which way you're facing. So that's why getting into combat is also really bad. Because it's like, oh, hey, where am I again? I don't know. And it's like, oh, well, that's kind of terrible, don't you think? Yes, but too bad. Like I said, this game is very brutal and it doesn't care.
Someone had said earlier in chat that they feel like this is a game that's difficult for the sake of being difficult, like one of those kind of games. Honestly, I think you're right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I was learning this game, I spent about an hour on every level. As a matter of fact, I spent an hour on one part of this level, and that part is coming up. Also, I hope nobody has any repressed memories about Mario Party. Because we're going into a section that I call Mario Party Repressed Memories. That is not right now, however. Right now, we're playing hide and seek. So the way hide and seek works is if you're on A, you want the keyboard. If you're on B, you want the fridge. If you're on C, you want the pair of glasses. Mary gets very upset that you have found her, so now you have to fight her to the death. Only right now she's very calm, and now she gets angry. Again, it's a similar situation of don't move, just hit her. And it usually works out, because again, she moves fairly quickly, and so you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna stand here and just try to hit you. And it works. That actually was a clean fight. Now, if you ran out of all the healing items that you had, there is a Amazon right next to this key. I'll just show it to you now. There it is. So do not fear if you ran out of all your healing items. But now it is time for Mario Party Repressed Memories. I am sorry. If anybody has played Mario Party Run 1 and played a certain minigame, and or Mario Party Superstars, and or any other Mario Party that has this particular minigame, I'm trying not to spoil it, but you can kind of see it in the background. I hope you're ready. I remember the first time Pippy came into my chat and saw this minigame, her response was, that is violent. Because if you get hit, there's just so much blood.
It's everywhere. Like, no human should have that much blood in them. I don't think. I'm not a medical professional. Also, this game, I don't know, I never played Mario Party 1, but it always makes me think of a Hamtaro minigame. It was the same thing. So I'm just like, yay, Hamtaro! Oh no! The poor hamsters.
Is that from the Ham Ham Games entry?
Yeah. Okay. I think it was it Rainbow Rescue? I want to say it was Rainbow Rescue.
Maybe. I didn't play Rainbow Rescue all the way through. I am a known Ham Ham Heartbreak enjoyer.
Ham Ham Heartbreak's so good.
It is so good.
Play Ham
Ham Heartbreak. Now, I consider Mary to be the boss. Also, yes, play Ham Ham Heartbreak. Do it. Now, I consider Mary the boss because we actually take control of the boss and cause him to hit a wall. That's literally what we're doing, because we're going to set the vault on fire because nobody's paying attention and letting us out. So, 1, 2. Also, this is where the game has tank controls. For like 5 seconds, and boom, we win, and everybody say goodbye to Erico because this was the final Erico level.
I'll be real. that the jump rope game might not have made me think of Mario Party, but bashing into a wall 4 times and then losing, that makes me think of Mario Party. I have depth perception issues. I just walk into walls all the time.
Oops.
Why am I a speedrunner?
Because
'Cause you're
speedrunning can be
good?
for anybody.
Pippy, I play games with one hand, okay?
But we all make the best of what we're working with, and somehow we try to get good at it.
And also walking into walls, as Richard is saying, our wonderful producer here on the second half of today. Walking into walls as a speedrunner can be beneficial if you can clip through them, though, so it tracks.
Is that why I run such broken games?
Quite
Mayhaps.
possibly.
Wait, so was the spider trying to clip through a wall?
No, we were just forcing it to hit so it could die. Because we were controlling it.
I think maybe you might want to go back and review the setup. Maybe there's a tutorial available. I don't.
It's possible.
I don't know if there's a
Yes.
tutorial for somebody is controlling me and making me smash my face into the wall.
I almost forgot I was going to use an earlier password or a later password for that door, and I was like, wait a minute, no. So we're technically backstage. This is a murder mystery on who Killer Man is. We'll never solve who Killer Man is purposely because you have to save Jorg. We don't like Jorg. We are known Jorg haters here. And
Get
so
out of here, Jorg.
exactly, get out of here, Jorg. So we're gonna accuse Jorg of being Killer Man when the time comes. But right now we're just running, and we're gonna be called an employee. Also, one Killer Man doll is missing. So here we go. And then we're going this way. Yeah, this game has changed a lot in the 3 years that I've been running it. Like a lot. Another runner, Punchy, shoutouts to Punchy, does have a tutorial. It'll give you the basics. There are certain things in that tutorial that are now very outdated, such as playing as Kevin, because at the time we were only doing Erico, and then it was around October of 2023 that we were all like, wait a minute, Kevin good. And so we started using Kevin for half the game. Also, his tutorial does a different final boss. We do Bull Singer in that tutorial. It is Cashman. Cashman, very slow. But if you're looking to get into this game, there is a speedrun Discord now. Where we all kind of chip in and be like, yo, this strat works. And also the world record is now 111. At the time that Punchy was preparing for GDQ, and when I was doing preparation for Flame Fatales, both of us had half the world records. And now all kinds of people have sort of mixed it up, and there's a lot of great runners, and everybody's kind of super helpful. So if you did want to learn the game, check out speedrun.com to see the Discord. There's a bunch of new tricks. There's a couple of new runners that have come out of the woodworks recently, and
Wood puppet joke.
yeah. Wood puppets. So yeah, it's a really fun game. It is brutal, but it's fun.
Also,
And then we're all writing.
yeah, now that we're playing as Kevin, we have 100% less cool and 100% more. All right.
Yes. But yeah, shout outs to Broby, who is the current console world record holder. There are 2 other world record holders for am I allowed to say emulator?
Are you referring to Sledger?
Yes, and also there's Jason
yeah.
Eats Cake.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the speedrun.com page right now because I just linked it in chat.
Yeah, they are, they're all cool. Sledger is the newest runner, but they're all fantastic. And yeah, also shout outs to Umbrella Jill, who's the person who got me into this game, because she was running it in the summer of 2022. So, yeah. And then Pippy for making memes in my channel, because if you're ever wondering where my banner comes from on Blue Sky, it's because of Pippy.
Oh, listen, I don't run Illbleed. I just remember that Abby was like, man, what game should I run next? I have a couple of options. And I had happened to see Punchy learning this game like 2 years earlier or something like that. And I was just like, yo, I loved that game. It's so weird.
Don't worry, Pippy. I will help you learn the video game. It's fine. We will get you to learn Illbleed soon, TM, at some point.
Can I walk into walls?
Yes, you can walk into walls. Sometimes it's beneficial to walk into walls in this game because it helps you avoid traps.
Yeah, the entire second level was spent walking along walls. It's true.
It's true, it's true. So right now we're on B, by the way, which is the worst pattern of the level. I've been getting B a lot. And the reason it's the worst pattern is because there are 2 traps in the morgue. By the way, there's a morgue. Because you see, Illbleed has had a lot of participants and their corpses have had to go somewhere. Be prepared to see a lot of corpses.
Okay, wait, so are we 3 for 4 and getting the worst possible pattern now?
Yes, though also I haven't determined what the worst pattern for killer department store, so we could say 4 for 4
But
if you want to.
3.5? 3.5 for 4?
Sure.
I think that's how math works.
As Pippy says, speedrunners don't know math.
It's true. I don't know how to count.
I did watch during this, I think it was the Sonic Colors Ultimate Run, where we did not escape the accusation or the allegations of speedrunners can't count. I definitely did see that happen, and I'm like, yep, we're not escaping the allegations today. The allegations get to live another day.
We're just running. This is why this is the easiest level, is because it's just a lot of it's a walking sim level for the most part. You can actually get through this level with Brainless Randy. Brainless Randy cannot tag things, so he can only get hit by things because you can save Randy without his brain. As a matter of fact, for the good ending, we go and get Randy without his brain because it's just faster to do so. And the game does not care. But in the ending, he will have his brain. Don't ask questions. It's just how it is. And then we're just running. This is actually one of the levels that have 2 Amazons. The second Amazon is actually down that staircase, but a trap is in front of it. The other one is where the evil egg fight was. By the way, there was an evil egg fight. Evil eggs are super annoying. There are 2 evil egg... Actually, there are 3 evil egg fights that I know where they are. I don't know if there's any more.
You said this like this is something that we all know very well from like just grocery shopping of like, oh man, I hate it when I go to buy eggs and they're evil eggs.
Isn't that just the ones where you accidentally don't check the carton and they're cracked when you get home?
Maybe. That is pretty evil.
I mean, these eggs have arms and faces. So your guess is as good as mine.
have seen a movie where there was an evil egg. That's the Puss in Boots movie.
That was a good movie. We watched it at GDQ one year.
The first one, I presume, right? Because I know the second one was like really well praised as well, but the first one I thought was pretty good too.
Oh God, here's where you're talking to the wrong person on mic, because Abby's the one who knows all the movies. I was not allowed to know what movie I was going to see. My friends just said, sit down, we're watching a movie, and then they put on the Puss in Boots movie and didn't give me a say in it because I know nothing about movies. And I went, yeah, this was good. I enjoyed this.
Was there
I know
an
very
evil
little about
wolf?
movies as well.
Yes.
Yeah, was there an evil wolf or was there an evil egg?
That's the second
There was
one.
an evil wolf. Okay.
Okay, that is the second one, yeah. The first one is also pretty good. I've not seen the second one yet. I just know that like a lot of people really enjoyed it.
Okay, so what you need to do is get a group of friends and not know what's going on. And that's how you enjoy the second one, I think.
And it has to be at GDQ, something that I was not there for. I've never been to GDQ. So it wasn't my doing at all. I was not there. You cannot blame me for this.
We'll change this someday.
I appreciate that someone is like referencing deviled eggs.
Yes.
I do enjoy a good deviled egg recipe is actually quite good.
So now Jorg is going to get kidnapped by a zombie. Again, if we saved him and chose Killer Man is Killer Man, we would get $1 million reward. But because we don't save Jorg, even in the good ending, because it's cheaper to save and faster to save Michelle and Randy and then buy Jorg back than it is to go get Jorg, because Jorg is so out of the way.
And that's how death works, right? You can purchase back individuals?
It is an Illbleed.
I'd also like to just give a shout out to, I love that when asked who is Killaman, a valid option is Killaman is Killaman.
The
Wait, you think
player
he's
is a
lying
valid
about-
option as well.
Think he's lying about his name? Why would he do that?
And also, there's no music only in the Japanese version. If I was playing the North American version, there would be music here. So the differences between the Japanese version and the English version is your healing items are different, as well as music being here, because there's no music here. So yeah, that's the difference. Don't worry, music will return. I promise. Also, we're gonna want to take lefts again coming up, but after we take the second right here, and then we're gonna do a double left. Because like I said, the game really, really, really likes you going left. I don't know why.
Maybe
And
the
there
person
we
who made
go.
it was left-handed.
Maybe. We only hear the footsteps and the heartbeat.
Hey, remember when I said I don't like superimposed heartbeats? Yeah, my least
You're getting
favorite part of this
super-
game.
Someone goes, I'm listening to City Escape in my head. I'm just out here like, yeah, rolling around at the speed of sound.
Oh, can we?
Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow.
That would be the perfect addition. That would really remind everyone that this is a Sonic game. This is still a Sonic game. It just needs more butt rock. They worked it out by Sonic
don't.
Adventure.
Don't you worry, chat. The Sonic part is coming up. Remember, I'm here to ruin a fandom by showing them the true form of their favorite blue hedgehog. Also, the music's about to come back. Also, I'm going to heal my heart rate because one of the problems with Kevin is that Kevin's dodges cost double what Eriko's dodges are. Also, Kevin doesn't have as good of heart rate as Eriko does. So his dodges cost 4 and he'll die faster because Eriko can have over 200 heart rate. Kevin can barely have over 180.
This is certainly a room.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, you know, I like that we got to listen to our relaxation CD before we take our gun into the nice, calming, screaming faces room. Everybody's got one of those in their house.
In fact, it's my favorite room.
The decor is like really turn of the century, postmodern, cottage core. Am I saying furniture words?
Cottage core. Yo, roll up. Animal Crossing New Horizons players, roll up with those cottage core rooms that look like this.
Yeah. Go put my.
Show me your favorite cottage core island. And it looks like Illbleed.
So again, it mentions that we didn't solve the mystery of who Killaman was. So we didn't get the $1 million. And now it's time for the final level. I hope you're ready for Cork Goes to Hell, based on the popular TV episode of Toy Hunter that hasn't been released yet.
That's really how you judge something's popularity before it comes out and arbitrarily.
I don't know about cottage core, but this is very cabin in the woods core, you know? You have a point. This is a jaunty theme.
It's so good. Listen, if you're not doing a little wiggle dance in your chair for the Illbleed hub world theme, I don't understand you, but that's okay. I don't understand most people. I try to understand myself at best. That's what we're working on. There was a man with a wrench inside that window.
Yep. And he's trying to hit me, and it's like, please stop. Now, I was working on an updated tutorial for this game, but I can never remember which pattern is which. I just know what to do for this level specifically. So that's why my tutorial never came out, because I'm like, But this level has unskippable cutscenes called story cutscenes, because it's going to tell you what Cork is doing. However, if you tag them, you skip them because they just never play. There are 15 in total. I only know where 12 of them are. Because there's 2 of them in this room. Actually, there's 3 of them in this room.
That feels very much to me like, I'm so sorry, Zelda runners coming out to play. That, like, there are some of the Zelda games where if you're playing on New Game Plus, because they assume you've seen the cutscene before, you can skip it, even though you can't in just regular New Game. So, like, that feels like the same energy. If you know that the cutscene is here, because assumedly you've seen it before, go ahead, skip it. Get rewarded.
I mean, also, there's a giant thing that says story when you open the horror monitor. So that's also a thing?
Oh, they give you a little hint. A little hint.
I got a question. Why are we playing as Woody wearing Leon Scott Kennedy's jacket from Resident Evil 4?
Because we're Cork. Like, again, we are... although
okay.
In Japanese, his name is Inda. So you will see Inda written on boards. Yes, it's the love child of Woody from Toy Story and Indiana Jones. And so, but because they thought they would get sued, for calling him Inda, they call him Cork because there is no Japanese dub. So the Japanese version gets the best of both worlds. Also, we're on 2 and 3. So hooray.
Also, shout out to no more cool and no more all right. We got yep.
Yep. And if you pick Eriko in this level, Cork will have all of Eriko's benefits, such as being able to get up from a fight encounter, having male jump arcs. It's quite the thing. Okay, so that's not Evil Monkey Fight. Is
My
that
favorite
Evil
sentence
Monkey
to
Fight?
say normally.
There's Evil Monkey Fight.
Where'd
They
my
have
evil monkey
canes.
fight go? I know I left it around here somewhere.
Oh, I'm not on the helipad. That would help. I kind of just let them hit me because it's just easy. Cork, run. Thank you. There we go. Narrow escape. By the way, it says narrow escape every time.
Yeah, there's no other kinds of
So-
escapes.
There we go. Heal up. And then we have another story cutscene. I'm kind of hiding the fact of how I'm going to ruin everyone's Sonic fandom because we've technically already know that based on the cutscene that I just yepped. So I'm trying to not spoil it at all. I want it to be a surprise.
That's what I'm gonna call skipping cutscenes from now on is, yep.
I was gonna say when we heard the yup, I was just like, that's me when I'm just absentmindedly responding without actually listening to you. Like, that's how you can tell. If I just say yup more than once to something, it's like, it means that I am very heavily distracted.
So here's the zombies with guns. They will hit each other, which is what we want, because again, it hurts a lot. So we did it. And then we're going to tag that window, just in case, as we make
happens?
great haste.
If you don't listen to the do not enter sign.
I don't know. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I didn't even know there was a do not enter sign.
There was.
And there's
now
the
I
egg
wanna
bar.
know. Oh, that's where you're supposed to get the eggs from.
There is an evil egg fight here / an unskippable cutscene, however, or a story cutscene. There they are, jumping up and down. But if you hug the wall, you can just skip it altogether. And then we're gonna go to Alcatoys because we killed the eggs, and
God,
we're
I
trying to
love the
get to
name
Toy Hell.
Alcatoys.
So yeah, we're trying to get to Toy Hell, and so we're like, yeah, but we don't know how to get to Toy Hell. But we're gonna meet somebody who looks suspiciously like another Toy Story character. I'll, let people try to figure it out before spoilers. It's going to be very obvious. And he's gonna tell us a lie. And that's where the line, another lie, comes from, but we don't hear that because that is in a skippable cutscene. But if you ever go to Umbrella Jill's stream and type in lie, you'll hear it.
That very much has the same energy as like Borderlands. You won't catch a ride.
Oh my god. I haven't thought about him in years.
I never learned his name. He is just you want to catch a ride
Skeeter.
guy.
Skeeter, yeah.
He's
Good to
dead
know
now.
he had one. Oh, well, I guess the past tense on having a name sure was convenient right there.
Spoilers for Borderlands 2 final DLC / the DLC that connects 2 to 3 just before 3 came out. It's been years. And then there we go. Then we're gonna go here. It's not going off. Cool. Do. We're fine. We're only gonna get scared by a neighbor, so it's not too bad if we don't tag. But we found it. And then we're coming up to that Toy Story character. See if you can tell me who it is. Or who it's parodying.
It's Little Bo Peep! Knew it.
No.
Oh man.
I'm trying
I haven't
so
seen
hard
Toy
not to
Story in a
laugh. There we go.
I love his face. He looks so queasy. Listen, life's hard when you're a gas can.
Got big anxiety energy there.
There we go. So we have freed Potodon. Potodon has told us what we need to do, but then he remembers last minute, oh, that was wrong. I'm going to be skipping over a bunch of details on what is happening because it's pretty dark what happens in the game. It's very dark. This game is also very dark.
Quite literally, it's got a pretty dark palette. This was the inspiration for Twilight Princess, I think.
Oh, snap.
Oh my god. I just wanted to mention, like, how did we fall down that hole without breaking our ankles or anything? Like, I thought for sure that if there was a game that would have fall damage just to spite the player, it would be this one.
Well, so I think
Fun fact.
we're a toy right now, so maybe we don't even have any ankles.
See, here's the thing. If I didn't skip that story cutscene, he falls down a completely different way.
Ah.
So, that's also a thing. And here's where we get another lie. We steal Potodon's chip. Because we need to find a different Potodon to put the chip into. And here's where we get the best of both worlds, because here's the sign that says he's looking for an Inda doll. So there we go. Also, there's an evil egg fight coming up, so I'm going to take a very strange turn. Remember running into walls? See, you need to run into walls in order to narrowly avoid that fight.
As we all know, narrow
Now.
escapes are the only kind of escapes.
Indeed. Now, are there any Sonic fans in chat? Any Sonic the Hedgehog fans anywhere? Please sound off in chat if you are a Sonic the Hedgehog fan.
I mean, I think it goes without saying, considering I'm hosting this event and have for 6 years, that I am definitely a fan of Sonic.
Well, are you ready to see the true form of Sonic the Hedgehog? What Sega has been hiding from you forever? Witness. Sonic. Yeah, that's right.
This game had
That's
Sonic
Sonic.
and guns before Shadow the Hedgehog did.
It's true.
Went a little
So,
bit of a
yes.
different direction with it.
We have to be further away because if he's in an attack animation, he has iframes. And so we won't be able to have the rings pop out. So that is why I am constantly shooting him from a distance.
We have found out the way to make sure Sonic can't pick up all his rings. Shoot the rings.
Oh, is this the one where he's a werewolf?
Oh. Oh, yeah, and there's the moon in the background. Wasn't that game about the moon broke or no, it wasn't the moon broke.
The Earth,
The Earth broke.
but still. Oh my god, he does the pose and everything.
He sure does.
It's true, never go full werehog.
Oh, there he
Spin
goes!
dashes!
He sure does. So, Amber, do you regret accepting this game?
Oh, not at all. This is delightful. This is so genuinely, like, you know what? I understand what Hibby means by rancid in the best way possible.
Ah, yes, the perfect addition to my Sonic event, shooting Sonic in the kneecaps.
Indeed. And that's the final level.
No, that's not when Sonic doesn't get his chili dogs. That's when you feed him after midnight.
Oh. God, now I just have the unbidden image of Sonic from the beginning of Black Knight in my head, just slurping a full chili dog.
Oh my god. I remember
oh my
that.
God. I'm not a person who likes people eating large quantities of food very quickly around me, and like I saw that for the first time and went, no!
So here we are. We're at the end. We get to choose between 3 bosses. One of them is called Oh No Man. Do not pick Oh No Man. You will die. We're going to pick Bull Stinger, which is a creature from Blue Stinger. There is a guide somewhere on the internet that claims that Bull Stinger is the hardest boss in the game. I disagree wholeheartedly.
I do appreciate that they gave him little tiny human legs, but they kept his pants.
Indeed.
Oh my god, they did.
And then shoes and socks too. I mean, it's got like they're like really like designed pants too. They got like pockets. I wish my pants had pockets.
Because you see, it's technically a human that is transformed. But still has a human waist. It's rather odd. Also, when it's flashing like that, it's trying to heal. So we're like, no heal. No heal. Also, chat, the run is almost ended, and I hope you have jam emotes, because you're gonna want to pull those out. Also, he is dead, and that is time. You have witnessed the Illbleeds. PippyInATopHat, tell the fine people where they can find you, and if you have anything going on.
Yeah, please tell us about your ambassador streams.
Oh my goodness. Hi, I'm Pippy, and if you would like to donate to GDQ, like right now-ish, hey, this is the first time that GDQ is having for a main stage event, GDQ ambassadors. I am one of them. There's a bunch of other cool people as well, and all of us are streaming all month to raise money leading up to SGQ 2025. All of the money that gets raised goes directly to Doctors Without Borders. It gets counted towards the GDQ final total, and we get to have fun incentives and stuff like that along the way. So that's what I'm doing this month. And who knows, somewhere on my incentives list is a milestone incentive for, like, learn a new speed run. If we get that high, maybe we're learning Illbleed. I'm not sure. We haven't figured it out yet. So if you want to make me put my money where my mouth is, please donate money to charity. It's very much appreciated regardless.
Do it, chat. Let's get another Illbleed runner in the mix. Do it. Do it. Oh. As for me, my Sega-ing is not done because on Monday, Lady Arcaders is having an in-person event. Oh my god, meeting me in person, how could it be? And I'll be running Yakuza Pirates at 11:15 p.m. Eastern that day. You can also find me streaming a lot of games. I speedrun like 50 plus. You can catch that at twitch.tv Abby's Corner. Also, please go follow twitch.tv/PippyInATopHat. Do it. You know you want to. Yes. And also, you can find me on Blue Sky under Abby's Corner if you're on the social medias and what have you. Yeah.
Oh, Bill Corkery is the voice of Vector, by the way, that you were referring to. I had to see the credits names there. I was like, yep, Lonnie Manila, Brian Drummond, Bill Corkery was Vector's voice. And yes, do follow both of these runners. They're fantastic people. Do check out our SGDQ Ambassadors program, because all throughout the month of June, you can support Doctors Without Borders by joining each ambassador's community, and that includes Pippy's in the lead up to SGDQ. I did post the command in chat for you to check out the full schedule. There's tons of creators across different time zones. Go check them all out. They're fantastic. And anything else, you two, before we wrap up for the day and start our replay?
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for watching this.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching this Sonic game.